So welcome to Game Plan Sundays. Today is January 31st, 2021. It's the end of the month, first week of the new month, which is February. Had a crazy dynamite week last week. And so you guys already know what the headline was. You already know, GameStop took the cake, So just taking a look here at my terminal, you guys can see that I know I got a lot going on, so I will actually want to annotate this for you. Just taking a look at this big chart right here. And let me go red on you. We're going to go red on you. All right, so now you can see that right there. Boom, the chart right there. So I'm just taking a look at these charts right here. And what you can easily see is this right here is the Dow Jones. What trend do you see? Okay, you can easily see that the trend is breaking. Okay, it's breaking down. The market is going down. All right. And quickly switch to the NASDAQ. You see the same thing. It's coming down. The trend is starting to break. S&P 500, same thing. The trend is coming down. All right. Trend is coming down. Then on the commodity side, which is in this chart right here that I have, we're just taking a look at gold. What do you see? Gold is starting to turn up. So equity's coming down. Gold is coming up. That's the theme going into this week. All right. And so let me actually get that off of there for you. I know it's a lot on the screen here, but you guys can see where the flow was. Even if we take a look at the equity side here, all of these sectors were actually down. And real estate was down, slighter, more, less than the rest of them. But, the markets, again, just not in a good place here. So let me actually just get us on our news feed here at Wallstreet Jackboyz. So if you haven't, make sure you create your profile. Registration is free at wallstreetjackboyz.com. Just go here, create your profile, and you have this beautiful news feed in your, right in front of you all day, every day, what you need, what's coming up, down the pipeline, upcoming events right there, front and center. View more if you want to see more, blogs and all of that. Members, once you're live, you can see who's on live. You want to connect, social networking and stuff like that. Groups, make sure you check them all out. All right, so we're going to come straight off of the news feed. There's a lot in there, but before I get to all of the news, I actually just want to go over this main point that I just posted here not too long ago. And I just want to actually help everybody to understand the purpose of the financial markets, because there's a lot of things going on in the news. Everybody is trying to take advantage of the situation to generate followers and promote their social media platforms or what have you. But let's just actually pull back and let's just take a look at, the game for what it is, the markets for what it is, just so you can have an objective perspective. All right. So check this out. Without the financial services industry, money would have difficulty finding its way from savers to individuals, companies, and governments that have businesses and projects to finance, but insufficient capital to do so themselves. Okay, so basically what we're saying is that the market is basically savers and spenders. Okay, there's two types of people in this world. You either a saver or you a spender. That's the way that we look at it from the financial view. At its best, the industry efficiently matches those who need money with those who have savings to invest, minimizing the cost to each and allowing money to support the most productive businesses and projects. You hear that? The most productive businesses and projects. All right. The investment industry acts on behalf of savers, helping them to navigate the financial markets. When the investment industry is efficient and trustworthy, economies and individuals benefit. So society, the whole of society benefits when you have an efficient and trustworthy financial system. All right. A goal of economic systems is the efficient allocation of scarce resources. Let me say that one more time. It's an efficient allocation of scarce resources. That means resources are limited. There's not unlimited amounts of shares of stocks out there. There's not unlimited investors. There's not unlimited money. Okay. Everything is limited. So we need to allocate those the best way, and society benefits from that. Okay. So the goal of economic systems is the efficient allocation of scarce resources to their most productive uses. Financial markets and the investment industry help allocate capital, which is a scarce resource, to the most productive uses, which fosters economic growth and benefits society. Okay. The investment industry provides benefits to the economy, including the efficient allocation of scarce resources, better information about investment opportunities, products, and services. All right. So I just want you guys to we got to pull back, and you got to know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the financial system here, the financial markets. What is the purpose of it? It is not a casino. Although we talk about it in terms of a casino, it is actually a place that connects, buyers and sellers, or savers and spenders. Okay. And you need that. You need that efficient, system for an economy. Okay. And so what we're basically witnessing right now is the integrity of that system being called out front and center all over the world. I mean, this is some major shit. All right. I'll try to edit that out. Okay. What we're seeing right now, and people have been all in my inbox all week, and it's crazy. We are witnessing financial warfare on a scale that we've never seen ever. And I just want to bring you guys up to speed, objectively. Try not to put any kind of, how I feel about this, that, and the third. We're just looking at the system for what it is. So I just told you guys what the financial system is. This is not the casino. This is not the get rich quick scheme. This is not, that's not the financial system. Okay. But you will have people that paint it out to be that, but it's not. And I'll show you guys some stuff here later. But on the news feed, that's what you're going to see, on our news feed about all of these things here. Most recent news feed, just a couple minutes ago, Robinhood updated that list of 50 stocks on Friday that they put out, which I have put down here in this chart. I built it in Excel for you guys, but you can take a look at it. That here's the list of those companies that were limited, the amount of stocks that you could buy, all of that I have listed right here. So they actually reduced that just like now to about 8 companies, which this is right here in the news feed. Okay. And so anyway, there's lots of things on the timeline about this Robinhood thing, right? So what I want to actually do, though, I want to show you guys something real quick, because the funny thing is I had a training this week about market makers, right? I had a market maker training, and it was really interesting because a lot of times we're in the markets and we're trading. And, when you're out there trading, most people don't understand what is really going on behind the scenes, right? So when you go in and you're buying stocks in a company, right? You're trading because that's what we're doing. But when you're buying, it's not me and who we got in here, Topaz. It's not me. I'm going to buy some stocks from Topaz, or I'm going to buy some stocks from Tashawn or Terry, right? When you want to go buy stocks, there are plumbing behind the scenes, okay? Behind the scenes that you don't see. They are making the markets. They're making the orders so that you can get access, so that you can get in and out these stocks. And they provide the liquidity. Okay, so you got to have liquidity. So that means that you got to have somebody to take the opposite side of the trade that you want. If you want to short stocks, that means somebody got to buy the stock to deliver it for you, right? So somebody got to take the opposite side of what you want. Okay, all of this is taking place behind the scenes with the market makers, the funds. Okay, these are the big boys. Let me actually just pull up GameStop real quick. Let's pull up GameStop. I'm gonna try not to take up too much of your time because I don't want to get too nerdy, but I think it's important that you guys can see it so we can have a better understanding, right? I got people that's all in my timeline texting me and all kind of stuff. People are losing money on GameStop right now. I don't know anybody that's actually made money off of GameStop. People are following and chasing the hype. Now, we always tell you that you gotta have a trading plan. Listen, I don't know how many times I had to tell you new traders, okay? Do not trade anything without a plan. I don't give a damn who tweeted, who said what. That is not a trading strategy. And what we plan, and this is what we do at Wall Street Jackboyz, all right? We want to produce, okay, smart traders and investors. We're not about the dumb shit. There's a lot of groups out there. They will take your money all day to be a part of some dumb shit, okay? But that is not my purpose here. I don't even give people advice, okay? So anybody saying I gave some advice, they're a liar off the gate because I don't do that, right? I show you ideas, and then you have to take your risk, okay? I provide the education, information, and then you have to take your own risk. Understand that. But following the crowd will get your shit split, okay? When they have riots out there, I don't be participating in that because that's not my war. Okay. I've always been that way since I've been a kid in school. Whenever you see people fight, people crowd around and half of those people get arrested and they ain't had nothing to do with it. They were just the wrong place at the wrong time, at the wrong time. Right. And so when shit popping off like that, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I stay away from it, right? You see people going to protest and they going out there to support some kind of cause. They come back out getting shot in the face and the eyeballs with, rubber bullets and all of that. Okay. So we got a lot of these guppies that's coming out here that's coming back getting shot with rubber bullets trying to follow the GameStop, frenzy that's all on social media. And the thing is that some things are up for debate about the situation, but I kind of want you to understand the mechanisms of how all this stuff works, so that you can kind of see, okay, now things are starting to make sense, right? I will tell you this Reddit group stuff, these guys are not small fries, okay? They are not small fries at all. And the people that assisted them with this whole thing, we're talking big money, okay? Big money. I'm gonna get into that, all right? But the thing is that following other people's trades is not a strategy you need to learn. And all I advocate is for people to be smart and to learn. You can get the education from our website, which is wallstreetjackboyz.com. But there are other educational websites that you can actually go get the information from. I don't give a damn where you get it from. Okay. We have our courses right here on the website. All right. So you can get it from there. But what you need is to learn. That's right. That's right, Topaz. Stop all that copy paste stuff that they're doing. Okay. So check this out, right? All right. So I got GameStop up. We're going to go. This is my execution setup, right? And in fact, let me actually just go to, all right. So just take a look here. This is an options chain for you guys who don't know, our options masterclass. You want to learn about this stuff, go and sign up and get it, right? But just take a look at this whole options chain thing here. This is GameStop. You can see these are the expirations that's going to expire in the next 5 days. And you can see these are the orders. This is the buy. This is the ask. So this is what people are looking to buy this thing for. $130.50. Okay. This is asinine. All right. Now, this is $130.50. All right. And then the sellers, this is what they want to, they're willing to sell it for. Right. So that's the spread that we talk about. Right. And we talk about this is on GameStop. Now, options, that $130.50 that you see, you have to multiply that by 100. Okay. It is not $130. Okay. So anyway, just making it simple. If you want to, what we normally do when we buy call options, that means that we're looking for this thing to go long. Okay. And we typically try to buy around Delta 70s, right? Anywhere right here. Okay. And there's a reason why because you can make a lot of money really, really fast. This is in the money. But out of the money, it is more difficult for you to make money, even if the stock goes up. So stock has to go significantly up for you to make money when you buy call options way down here, the cheap ones. And you need significant moves like, 2-3 standard deviation moves. When I talk about the deviation moves, meaning that they have a normal range that stocks move in, and then they got another layer that moves outside of that range, and then the pretty much impossible situation, almost impossible situation happens, and that's what happened with GameStop basically. So all of these options here are overpriced. The stock itself is overpriced. All right, the stock itself is bullshit. GameStop is worthless. All right. And let me actually show you. Let's not just talk about it. Right. Let me just show you. I'm gonna pull up a discount cash flow model for you guys. Bingo. Here we go. All right. So this is a discount cash flow model, right? Just put in GameStop. That's the ticker. All right. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a little small, but you can see GME. And then the financials, it floods in here. We can see the annual growth of GameStop. We can see the percentages, how they're going down. They're negative. Okay. We can also see the cash flow, right? The unlevered free cash flow of this thing. They have no free cash. Okay. So smart money does not buy stocks like this. This is dumb. Okay. All right. So you remember I told you about the financial markets, right? About allocating scarce resources efficiently, and society benefits when you have a system that functions properly. Okay. So because again, these companies are trying to deliver value for you and I, for the rest of society. And when they get more money, that's what they're doing. They're coming to the stock market to raise money so they can deliver that value. But a company like GameStop, their business model is dead. You're looking at Blockbuster 2.0. They're like a pawn shop for video games. Any video game player can tell you most people don't buy video games from GameStop, because the consoles themselves, you download it from them. Microsoft Xbox benefits because they have it right there. You download it from there. Or PlayStation, you download it from PlayStation. What do you need GameStop for? You don't. The company is surely going to fail, okay? It's just a matter of time. And all these Reddit traders did is just afford them some time. They gave them some more money to blow through. Now, all that capital is going to be destroyed because these guys can't deliver value. Now, this cash flow model right here, okay, this is just telling us down here. I'm going to just go right here. It's got it highlighted in gold, right? The current price. It's telling you current price, okay? The implied per share value is telling you how much this thing is worth. Negative $10, okay? It is trading over 103% premium in anything. I don't care if you're selling, I can't say certain things, but I guess I say sell that work, okay? You sell that white, you sell that brown, you sell whatever you're selling, right? Even if it's in the streets, you must buy low and sell high, okay? You don't buy high. That is what guppies do, okay? And Robinhood platform is full of guppies. Anybody in here, a lot of you guys been in for a while, I mean, most of us, I don't even know anybody who really uses, I don't know real traders that really use Robinhood, to be honest. I know a lot of kids and young people who just started. If you're using Robinhood, more than likely, you just started trading like the last year or two, okay? But the veterans, we've been, using, trusted platforms for years. So, it's just one of those things. We'll get into that later. But I just want to show you the fundamentals on this stock, the rationality behind this whole situation, that the company is worthless. OK, it is going to fail. You as a stock investor, would you buy this company that is going to fail? No. Would you short this company? Looking at the fundamentals here, it is the sensible thing to do. The rational thing says, OK, yeah, well, let's short it. They're going to go out of business. Right. So these hedge fund guys, we're talking about smart money, not dumb money. And I posted a whole I posted an excerpt from this book about smart money and dumb money, an old book, a favorite of mine. This book called Dark Pools, and I forgot I had the physical copy because I actually like the audio version better. I've listened to the audio version probably 2 or 3 times, and I always tell people, get the audio version. I haven't even read this book, but I got some new library shelves because I'm expanding, and I was like, yo, I've got this book. I forgot I actually bought the physical book. But Dark Pools, this book is really good, okay? Hein Bodak and the guys, Josh Levine and all these guys who built the plumbing of the stock market the way that we know it. See, before you had to be on, they traded paper stocks with papers. And these guys created this whole digital world that we live in now that we can be at home and trade. We've been trading from home for a while now, right? And so, but the guys who built that plumbing, it's about how these guys, this is what it's all about. Them building algorithms, trading, putting hits on other hedge funds and stuff like that. It's some deep shit, okay? They got access to things that you don't have. So this is one of the reasons why this whole Wall Street Reddit thing is Wall Street bets situation is crazy, because nobody ever thought that this could ever happen. Not to the institutions. They got resources that these guys don't have. But now these guys got social media, and social media has been weaponized. And more to say about that later. But I just want to show you guys this whole situation about fundamentally the company is a loser. OK, you don't want to be buying a stupid thing like this. OK, that is a maluse of your capital. All right. So these hedge fund guys, they actually do the analysis. They're like of the smartest of all people. OK, in the financial world. And they take risks like shorting. It's a normal thing of the market. Right. Because somebody takes the opposite side of the trade. It creates this liquidity situation. But they do all this research. And what I tell you is probably when I say the market moves in standard deviations, right? Standard deviations, we talk about the markets move, like this, like say it's parallel, right? That's the first standard deviation, right? Okay, in between those. And then you get your second standard deviation. All right, so if it's a wild move, it'll bust through this and it'll trade within that range. Then you get this whole 3 standard deviation, which is almost the impossible case scenario. It's like a 3% chance, okay? Let's say 3% chance that would actually take place. Well, that shit took place in GameStop. So when these guys are doing their analysis, they're taking calculated probabilities using math. The math is on their side, but it's no guarantee. So that's why we have to talk about theoretical pricing when we use options, because theoretically, I mean, anything can happen. And we just actually saw this happen. Now, the causality behind is a different case. But we're talking about this shit bust out. Like, I mean, you're talking about a company that's like, again, it's been trading on average about $2 and it's jumped up to like $300. Okay. It's not even worth a fraction of that. And I had people, reaching out to me upset that the brokers, stopped them from buying this stock when it was up to $500 a share. I mean, can you believe people would spend $500 a share? So this is funny. What I did, I actually posted a watch list of video game companies, because I'm like, if you got kids, and they want to get involved in the market, because I have people that, they come to me about that. I'm like, why don't you actually take a look at these video game companies? Because GameStop is going, they're going out of business eventually. They got to reinvent themselves or go out of business. I can't see them reinventing themselves. So to me, it's got to be going out of business. But the video game companies themselves, kids are at home playing video games. They're always going to play video games. So, a better move would be just look into video game stocks, right? Your kids play Roblox. That's getting ready to go public. Your kids play Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty with my son. Okay. Those companies are trading. So those are better, situations. But anyway, taking a look here, I'm going to try to get through it quick. I know I'm taking up a lot of time. Let me get us through it, right? Okay, let's get through it. All right, bingo. I want to show you guys a little bit about the whole plumbing of how this situation worked. All right, just a little bit so you can understand. All right, so in the active trader, you can see this is where the orders are. Let me actually go to a pen. All right, so this right here, this chart right here is basically the stock chart itself. This is where the stock is trading. And what I did is I took the 300 call. This is the option itself. And I got the option trading right here. Okay, so this is the options right here. I can see this particular call. Where's trading right here, and I'm making analysis off of this when I'm, entering to a position, right? And so these, the time it sells, this right here, this shows like the orders as they're being closed, being transacted right here. And you got the level 2 down here. You got the active trader, but the active trader is right here. All right. So these things right here, the bid orders, the ask orders, and you normally have some volume over here, right? And so you can see where people are trading at. The level 2s also show you, the bid and the ask. These guys, they want to buy at 127.40. These guys want to sell at 132.95. We need a market maker to make us a market between these guys. Okay, so these guys are behind the scenes. Now, the guys, this whole behind the scenes stuff is important because you got to understand that the whole Wall Street Reddit guys, these guys are, basically, launching an attack on that scene that you don't actually see, you don't really know about, because nobody really talks about this type of stuff, because we're just trading. And again, I just did this training, so it was really interesting to me that this all happened this week, right? So anyway, you can see that this right here, this particular call option right now has a bid ask on it at $130.50. You can see it right there, $130.50, $132.95. This works the same way with pretty much any stock, right? $130.50, that gives us a range, all right? And that range, that spread, we talk about the spread often, right? The whole goal is to get a narrow spread, as narrow as possible, because you're going to be paying too much. Anybody ever got into a trade? As soon as you got into the trade, you were negative? Anybody, just type in the chat, why? You ever got in a trade and you start your position off negative? Okay, I'm showing you why. This is the behind the scenes plumbing stuff that, I don't know if anybody ever showed you, but I'm going to try to break it down as best as I can. Right. So this spread here, all right, so this $130.50, let's just say it's going to give us a range right about here. All right. Right about now. All right, there we go. And then you have the other side of it at $132.95. Let's just say okay, there we go. Right here. All right, you can see the 55 right there. So this is a range, all right, in between here. Okay, so this is what we see, this spread. Now, the key thing, you really want a narrow spread, okay? These market maker guys, what happens is you have us retail traders, we're too small to move this, okay? We're too small. When we make moves, there's no imprint. But fund managers, you know, the big dogs, you know, they moving billions of dollar portfolios. They're getting in these positions based off of sound research and stuff like that, like I was showing you. And what they want to do is they want to get in the game, but they want to hide their move so that it doesn't move the price of the stock, okay, while they're doing it. Now, you have levels on this, okay? There's tiers, you know, volume right here, okay? But behind the scenes, let's say a fund wants to get in at GameStop, but they don't want to go to the exchange directly. Going to the exchange like this, they would push the price all the way up, and that'll be against them. So they're overpaying. They get dicked, basically, and they don't want to get dicked. So they go to investment bankers, okay? They go to the banks, the market makers, to say, hey, can you make me a market on GameStop? I want to buy 1 million shares. And then the guys behind the scene, this is like the stuff that I was doing in my training. Behind the scenes, we're taking in, we have all these orders that come through, and we you know, we're trying to communicate and create relationships. These are sales and traders at investment banks and stuff, right? So we're talking high corporate finance type stuff that y'all don't see, okay? But this is what's moving the market when you want to order, okay? When you want to trade, this is what's happening on the other side. So these guys are looking at, okay, you want to trade 1 million, okay, cool. What they know is the makers know that if these guys want to get in, they can't get in within this spread, because what happens is as they put their order in, it's going to knock off all these tiers, and the price is going to push up. By the time they get their million off, the price of this thing is going to be way overbought. Okay. I mean, it's going to just, it's going to move against them, right? Because it's going to be too expensive. They want to get it cheap as they go in, but they don't want it to move. So they use these guys to actually go in, and they could do it smarter. They're going to break the order up in pieces. So when they look at it and say, okay, my man's, you know, fund manager, they want to move 1 million shares. I got to take the order, the opposite side of the order. And so they're looking at the risk that they got to take on, but they're also looking at how can they get this order off, and say, instead of 1 million shares, we'll start, you know, piling in this thing. We're not going to pile into it, but we're going to just release orders, you know, maybe do 10,000 shares at a time so that it doesn't get too far away from us. Because we put the whole block on, they're going to overpay. So they're not going to do that. So they go to, you know, these guys, the sales traders guys, for them to make them a market, right? And these guys will say, well, I know that the fund manager want to get in this thing, he going to have to spin at these levels, right? It don't matter if he's buying or selling, because these guys are not looking at it from an objective. They are neutral. They're going to make money off of commissions, okay? So what they do, they know that these guys are going to be at this range. They're going to overpay, whether they're shorting or buying. So what they say is, okay, I can get this in. They have the calculations. We have the tools. We can put it in. It can let us know what's like the good price we can find it in, but we have to be, you know, quick on, you know, executing the transaction. So we say, okay, listen, I can get you in here because I know for a fact you can't get in here. You're too big, but I can get your ass in here at this level. Okay. And so the fund manager say, bet, that's better than me paying way out here. I'll pay you guys, okay, and y'all, I'll pay you a commission, okay? So these guys behind the scenes, they make money off of the commissions and the fees. That's what they get paid off of. Not that they don't, you know, care about the other stuff. But when they get into these trades, they're putting risk on the books of the banks. And so because they have to take the opposite side. So if they come in and say, I want to buy this thing, then that means that they had to actually sell the shares to them. So then they have to actually go short. So now they're negative, okay? They're short, right? And you have to be really crafty on this thing, because you don't want to lose a shitload of money as you start to actually pile into this thing. You don't want it to move against you. You're going to start losing a lot of money. So your goal is to hold on to as much commission as you can while you offload these orders, okay? And this is what is basically, I'm trying to make a long story short, but this is what makes us have an efficient market. I know it's a whole bunch of scribbling in here, but I want you to guys to see it on your platform. When you're trading, you're not trading with me, and you're not doing that. That's not what's happening. You're putting in your orders. There's some guys on the inside, behind the scenes, the market makers, and they're doing this, but they have risk also. They got KPIs. I mean, this is their job, right? And they got risk they got to put on. So if you want to go short a stock, they got to buy. They got to do the opposite thing, right? And they're like, they try to be delta neutral. So if you go and buy the call option, right? Which you saw a lot of call option buying. Chamath Palihapitiya tweeted, I think he, I don't know, $1 million of some crap of call options, and people started piling in. So you got a lot of buying. So if you're buying, these guys are taking the opposite side of the trade, right? So they're going to short, but in order for them to do so, they had to hedge their risk so they can be neutral in this thing, right? So they go and buy the stocks also because they have to, make their book neutral, okay? Just in case don't matter if the thing goes up, if it go down, they're not gonna make money off of that. They're gonna make the money off the commission. Who's paying the commission? I just told you, the hedge fund guys, these guys they're paying the money, okay? So Robinhood themselves don't charge a commission. And that is one of the appeal that they had when they attracted all these young people in the platform. And, I'm not mad at it because now everybody pretty much got free trading. So for me, it doesn't make any sense that you continue to use Robinhood when you can use reputable platforms for free because Robinhood put pressure on the industry. Okay. So Robinhood put pressure on the industry, which was, it was good for competition, but not good for banks. So they have to find ways to reinvent themselves to get that capital. So what they do is they take the order flows, these orders I'm telling you about, right? They take these and they sell them. And guess who they selling them to? The guys that the Robinhood traders want to destroy. So it's crazy. Like, it's the most convoluted thing ever. The financial market is the most complicated thing I've ever seen in my life. You have people with PhDs that don't understand half of this shit. Okay. Because it's a lot of things and it's constantly moving. It's crazy, but I hope that what I just showed you guys explain a little bit about what is happening behind the scenes. This is the plumbing that we're talking about. And you can get a taste of it when you actually go over this book, because the guy like Hein Bodek and all these guys, algo traders and order flow and how they get routed by other traders, other algorithms and stuff like that. It was financial warfare. Okay. And they talk about the stock market being rigged, basically. And the thing is that the stock market being rigged, to me, it doesn't really mean anything to me, right? Because again, we can go in and do what we need to do under normal circumstances, right? And but one could argue that it's rigged, and I'm not going to just pick a side on it, whatever. But if I was, I'll probably say, yeah, it's rigged. But who cares, right? As I was traveling this weekend, I was in these country places, and I saw maybe 10 sweepstake like gambling hall things, whatever, the sweepstake spots. People go gamble all the time. The house always win. People know this, but you still show up because you got an opportunity. You feel me? So because there's opportunity, people are still gonna show up. Who cares that it's rigged? You still gonna show up because you can still get you some money, right? And so if you have people that wants to destroy that situation, oh, it's rigged, so let's just destroy it, then you can ruin the fun for everybody, right? Because everybody already knows it's rigged. But we still show up because it's opportunity. Yes, you can actually make money. It is literally something that you can theoretically do, and people do it all day, every day. That's why people show up, because you can, right? And so I just say that because people do it all day, every day in regular life with these sweepstake places, these gambling halls. If you go to the casino, and we talked about a casino situation, and I tweeted this and put it on Facebook and all of that. The house always win. It is asinine to me that anybody would think that the house should lose or could lose. The house always win. You're not going to come in my house and beat me at my own game. You know what's going to happen? Your ass got to go. You feel me? If you at the casino, all right, and this has happened before, people who game the system and fuck the system up, you start making too much money at the casino, what's going to happen? The boys in the suits is coming up to you, drinking your hand and all of that. You spilling yak all over the place, and they yank your ass and say, excuse me, sir, you got to come with us, all right? We don't know what the hell you're doing, but you're doing too much, and we don't have to even prove that you're cheating, but we know that you're doing something that is defying the math and all of this stuff, because the math is designed for the house to win any damn way, right? But if you show up and you start beating the math, oh, you fucking up. Your ass gotta go. You feel me? We got to get you up out of here. Get them up out of here. You can leave peacefully or you can leave violently, all right? So that's the way it's got to go. There's no difference in this here, okay? So to me, it is asinine that people would think that you are going to go to the house and destroy the house. I mean, not just beat the house, okay? Because the house lets you win sometimes. But when you want to fucking destroy the house, now you're talking about warfare. These GameStop situation, they could have walked away scot-free on Monday, right? Because he talked about it last Game Plan Sunday when the stock was trading at $40 and then it went to $76. I was like, this is crazy, right? And now we're looking at, look at this, $500 for a worthless stock. This is ridiculous. Look at that. So retail traders was trying to come in and buy this thing up here. Topaz always tell y'all, you're going to be holding the bag. Like this, listen, it's fun and games when you making money. But when you losing money, it's not the same thing. So the situation that you have is that you have Robinhood, who has to answer to their security clearances, right? Citadel and all these other companies. You got the SEC, and then you got your fund managers. You know, these guys are all funding Robinhood. So Robinhood don't take commission. So how do they make money? They got relationships with these guys that you want to destroy. So you got two people that you need, and they fighting each other, you know, and then you're caught up in the middle. So then what do? I don't even use Robinhood. Robinhood has always been trash to me, always will be trash to me, but I don't knock anybody for using it. You know, so if you do use it, this is nothing disrespectful to you. Go ahead and do what works best for you. But what's crazy to me is that Robinhood has given a lot of traders the opportunity to trade for free. But now, because they did these restrictions, okay, people are trashing the app, okay, trashing it, the reviews. Google is actually going in and erasing the reviews, trying to keep their ratings up. At the end of the day, I believe that Robinhood is probably going to be destroyed by this whole event, okay, because they're in the middle of warfare, okay. But they help cultivate this whole culture that's now turning on them. It's crazy to me how the public turn on you. It reminds me of the Coliseum stuff. You know, people who are, you know, they rally behind you and then they just turn on you so quick and they want to see blood. You know, it's like crazy that people do this. And it's just asinine to me. Like I said, if your ass been using Robinhood, keep your ass over there using Robinhood. You feel me? Like it doesn't matter, right? But you know, it is what it is. I just wanted to put my 2 cents on it, man, because this is some crazy stuff. You know, we've never seen anything like this, you know, happening when you have these guys waging warfare against the suits. Now, what's going to happen here is that, you know, Donald Trump already told you guys when he was debating Jeb Bush, he said, listen, people, your politicians are paid for. Hey, I started paying attention to him then. Because Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics, he talked about buying politicians, right? And then when Donald Trump said that, I was like, oh, you can't say that, Trump. You can't tell the truth like that. See, Trump, I like Trump because he's a loudmouth dude. You know what I like about loudmouth dudes is that you can get the truth. Now, Trump, he lies sometimes too, and I don't like it when he out there, you know, lying. But he does tell some truth that nobody else would dare to tell. I'm surprised they ain't even try to knock him off. But he said that live on the debate stage. These politicians are paid for. Who are they paid for by? Okay. These financial institutions, they got monies out there. You feel me? So when they're getting knocked off by these Wall Street Reddit guys, you know, who door they knocking on? Okay. Forget about AOC and all of them, right? These guys got money. All right. If Joe Biden did not win without getting money from these, you know, institutions. So he gonna have to do something. You know, anybody's taking money. That's what Trump was saying. He ain't taking money from the Koch brothers and all that. And they was mad because he's like, I'm not going to be owned. I'm not going to be controlled by you. And listen, these guys and these presidents, then they got so many special interest groups. I don't even think they even agree with half the shit that they even passed. They just have to because the shit was paid for. Okay. Hey, I need this player. It was paid for. So these guys, they got them in the back pocket. So the SEC, boom, boom, boom. Listen, y'all need to fix this. You know what I mean? Because see, the hedge fund guys, they can't do what the Wall Street Reddit guys do. They'll go to jail, you know. And it's a lot of legal things on this. Janet Yellen talked about it. SEC talking about it. They're talking about investigating this whole situation for malpractice, you know, not by the hedge funds, but by these individual people. And it'd be interesting to me to see people like Elon Musk. They've already silenced his ass before. But Elon don't give a damn. That's why I say Elon knows some shit that we don't know. Take a look at Elon. This guy runs all things transportation, basically. If not yet, he will be. Hyperloop shit, space shit, car shit, panels on your damn roof, batteries. This guy knows that they need him. So I think that he just walks around with this arrogance and he gets away with a lot of shit that other people won't. He be beefing with all these institutions and stuff. But anyway, he comes out and he tweets shit like, GameStop GameStocks or stock market of blah, blah, blah. And he starts to move the markets. Okay. The guy Chamath Palihapitiya, billionaire, millions of followers. Hey, I'm buying this call here. I mean, what do you think people are going to do? They're going to buy. So these Wall Street Reddit guys, you may say they're small, but these guys are sophisticated. They had the data that they can see. They read the reports of these short sellers because these short sellers, they publish it. Okay, they publish what they're going to do. And, people buy the research. You can get the research from them. But these guys knew, and so they actually planned this whole warfare against it. Hey, we're gonna just pile in buy orders to fuck them up. Okay, this ain't nothing like sensible. This is like some real gangster shit. Okay, all right. So we know what y'all gonna do, but we gonna actually ride on you. We're gonna fuck you up because we got millions of followers, right? And listen, there's a movie that just came out a couple weeks ago about the journalist that was killed over in Saudi Arabia. I can't remember the name. I told you guys to watch it. It just came out. Somebody know the name of it? Put it in the queue. But watch that documentary. That documentary. It's a movie, but it's a documentary, but it's shot like a movie. It was actually released in the theaters. Just came out. But in that documentary, the guy, they explain to you why that guy was killed by the Saudi. The Dissident, thank you. The Dissident, watch The Dissident. Watch that shit tonight. In The Dissident, okay, they're playing these warfare games using social media. And they're showing the Saudi government with people lined up in offices on computers that are trolls, have accounts on Twitter that attack people's posts and destroy whatever you're doing online. This is real life. And this is not a movie, okay? They're showing you this. And so the guy, the journalist who got killed, he teamed up with this young dude who was trying to take on that war and try to create his own people to launch a counterattack against those people. Okay, so they sent people from Saudi to go scoop his ass up, and he didn't want to come. They was trying to do it peacefully. He didn't do it, so they kidnapped his brothers and all that, locked them all up, and they still holding his brothers prisoners to this day. But they killed old boy. They've been trying to get him to come back to the country because they ain't gonna try to kill him, over. He's in Canada. They ain't gonna kill him on Canadian soil. They're trying to get him back to Saudi so they can go ahead and knock him off. Right? This is some crazy shit. I'm telling you, it's no need to watch TV. Watch real life. Who write these scripts? That's what I tell you. Who write these scripts, man? Script writers don't even need no help. Just watch real life and make a movie on it. Okay, take a little piece of it and you get it. But that's all what's happening here right now. So anyway, I know we're a little on time, but I did want to talk about these guys. The market is going to be very, very volatile right now. Okay, you're looking at a change, a transition of power, and you're looking at adjustments. This here was short selling stuff happens all the time. Okay. The short squeeze, my mentor, this is his play. This is his whole play. The indicators that the squeeze, all this stuff, finding stocks that have high short interest. Okay. It means that there are people that are short more stocks than there are stocks available. Okay. And then you basically run route on them. Okay. Make it reverse the other way. It's basically too many people short. Okay. And so then you buy and then you cause them to panic. They got to cover, which causes more buying. And then the move moves against them. You can make money in the situation. That's nothing new. People have been doing it all the time, but never on this level. This is historical. But these guys have a taste of blood. Anytime a dog get a taste of blood, man, he ain't letting up. Okay, so they're gonna keep on launching these attacks, and I'm afraid that the markets. I don't know if the markets are going to be able to adjust fast enough, okay? Because you can go in and pipe up this hole, pipe up that hole, but these guys they are sophisticated. These are not small fries, okay? So right now they're running up stocks like silver right now, okay? So let me actually just get us on the charts real quick, and then I'll take a look at a couple from you guys, and we'll just bring it to a close here. But silver right now, let's just take a look at silver. And silver. I'm looking at a weekly chart here, as you guys can see, the weekly chart, beautiful setup right here. Okay. You don't even need a story. Okay. I mean, you can just look at the setup and tell what it is. Now, this line that I got in here is because, again, we wrote about this, I talked about this a while back. Our target's off in silver. We were in silver back here. Okay. Here, Wall Street Jackboyz, we've been in silver back here. Okay. This is something that I was calling with certainty like I've never had before in my life. So when I get that kind of certainty, I'm like, yes, this is it. Like, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. Right. And so we're already up. We've been up. All right. We've been up. It don't matter. This shit fall from here to here. We're still positive. Okay. It's got to fall through all of this for me to lose some money. You feel me? And that ain't going to happen. Because the fundamentals behind this whole situation is really about the government printing money. You want stimulus money, you want the government to bail you out. Well, the currency is going to it's going to basically devalue, get destroyed. Gold and silver are going to go up. You just plan it like that, right? But this squeeze setup, we got to squeeze this in here right now. Okay. The trend is moving up. All right. Price is trading above its moving averages. And now we have a catalyst. What's going to get this squeeze to fire off? Well, these same Wall Street Reddit guys, they've been piling up in this thing too. Bingo. So now you have silver trading right up here at this level. And you can see this level was already printed in here. We've been in this for months. All these levels been on here for months. All right. So this squeeze fire off, you can see this thing go. Okay. But let me actually show you my levels here on silver. $50 a share. This is a weekly squeeze that we got on. So weekly squeezes, they fire off longer. They had bigger moves in these things. Okay. So this $50 share, this is a previous high. Now, I don't know if these Wall Street Reddit guys are going to have enough pull to push this thing that high. Remember, the regulators are already in, they already, got their dogs out to try to watch for any unusual activity and try to, repulse that immediately. All right. So, but when you take a look at a target like that, a squeeze like this could fire us off to a $50 target. And that target has always been there. This is a target that silver's already had. And we go back here, we got to go back on a monthly chart. So you go back to the monthly chart, look at the last high on silver back here. And that's all I did. Okay. And the stock market likes to hit targets that it's hit before. Okay. You can look at these levels, that high. These are zones. Okay. That's where they normally will push to. It's clearly bullish. Okay. So silver, and then the crazy goes, we're looking at gold. Gold wasn't that popping that much, right? But silver is more volatile than gold. So gold is a little slower. Silver is the pop off. And so again, we have the fundamentals, and now you have a potential catalyst. It's actually, they already put, these Wall Street Reddit guys are already in silver. So they're pumping this thing up. And, we'll have to see what that's going to be. But I think that's the play. This is the move this week. Gold, silver, even the dollar, we have the hedges in the dollar. Curious to see what that's going to play out to. We still got the hedges in the dollar, but the VIX itself going crazy. Let me actually put up the VIX. All right. So then you got the VIX in here. And the VIX is, again, these levels I got here, it doesn't break this floor, man. Look at this. Bingo. Bingo. It's been chopping. Every time it bounces off that floor, you get that bingo. You feel me? So it's trying to taper off a little bit at the 786 right here, but it can easily blow through that. Okay. We've seen a trend is coming up. This is fear in the markets. So again, if they don't tame the plumbing of this whole situation, this is going to be bad. But any catalyst can really send this thing off. But because it's elevated, it is, this is the time to watch, your long positions, because risk is high right now. The risk is high. So what you typically will see is people go into safety like silver and gold. Silver and gold is a sensible thing for these Wall Street Reddit guys to even go into, to be honest, instead of GameStop. You definitely want to be in gold and silver. Remember last year, it was shortages. You couldn't even get your hands on this stuff. So we're talking about supply and demand. The fundamentals are there. But anyway, another thing is Bitcoin is also, they're pumping up Bitcoin, and I think they're going to pump up Bitcoin with these cryptocurrencies even more. The interesting thing is that the crypto community spared no expense with actually taking on this battle, this fight. I mean, they have huge followings, man, and institutions are starting to adopt the whole idea of this, crypto world. To me, I don't trust it though. You feel me? And the reason I don't trust it, you don't have to be a genius to understand that government always wants to control. And I like the idea of Bitcoin being decentralized and all of that stuff. In fact, on our timeline, on the news feed, I posted Ray Dalio's paper. You guys can check this out right here. Anyway, because I had to talk about some of the stuff so you guys can be able to sift through some of the noise and the sound bites that people are, making, so you can understand what's going on, right? What do you do if you're Robin Hood, right? Would you not ban traders if, you have risk? You're going to fuck around and go bankrupt? I mean, it's not about right or wrong to me. Is that what's going to, keep, your ass in business, keep you stable? You can't have people launching attacks for personal reasons and destroying the financial system, right? So therefore, you have regulations come in and come do what they do. But this writing here, Ray Dalio talked about Bitcoin. I saw the Winklevoss twins, tweeting about it and stuff. And I actually read it. It's actually pretty good. Ray Dalio, he drops his thing, and then he have his research people. This is on our website in the Legends and Gurus. If you're in the Legends and Gurus group, you can check it out. Or right on the news feed. hit read more. You can see the whole report. You can see the charts and all of these things. So it's interesting. He's talked about the whole Bitcoin situation because the Federal Reserve are, manipulating the markets with artificially suppressing interest rates. The markets are moving risky like we are seeing. We're actually looking at bubble activity 2.0 again. This thing is going to have to pop. OK, the Feds are actually encouraging. I listened to Powell this week, with the Federal Reserve FOMC speech thing. And he tried to say that it's not their fault. They don't do all of that. And he didn't want to say GameStop name or whatever. But it's the fact that they come in and manipulate the markets artificially. It causes investors and people to behave differently. That's why I talk about economics, because this is our behaviors. That's actually we're witnessing and observing these behaviors in the markets themselves. When people are taking on risk, you got 900,000 people unemployed that's out here trying to make some money, right? Bubble activity. Everybody's a stock guru right now. Okay. And just because you make money doesn't make you a guru. Anybody, a monkey can come in here and bought GameStop and make money. That doesn't mean anything. So again, we want to, encourage people to stay studying. That's why when I built the new website, it has education built all into it. Anything you want to learn in the markets or whatever, you can go to the classes, sign up for the classes if you haven't. Also use the search bar menu when you're doing research. I'm posting research paperwork in the groups, certain groups, fundamentals, IPO, all this stuff, right? So we're working, trying to get everybody knowledgeable. One person can't cover it all. That's why I'm not trying to be the all-star. The group is the all-star. The same way Wallstreet bets, those guys got a group that is killing it. Wallstreet Jackboyz can kill it too. But you guys got to participate, got to show up, got to help out. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody helping out doing stupid shit. Who could tell you to go hold the door on $500 a share on a company that's not worth it? But people are doing it anyway. You know what? I hope that people learn this lesson from the Wallstreet bets. The lesson is your purchasing power, your buying power. What did the Wallstreet bets show us? They're taking down the financial system with buy orders. What you buy matters. So to me, when people said I was mean and I only think about money and all this other stuff, kneeling and marching and all this other stuff about the things that you care about most, to me, they're just not efficient and it don't yield the results that you want. But your buying power, the Wallstreet bets are showing you. You can bring down billion-dollar companies and industries based off of what you buy or based off what you don't buy. I mean, are y'all seeing this? You got to unplug from the matrix. That's why I try to give you the objective perspective, okay? If they can come and take these guys down, okay, you want to, protest, blah, 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 and this company is supporting it, you can actually literally just take them out of business. This is where you got to hit people at if you're doing warfare thing. Now, to me, the dangerous thing about this is that if I thought about this, then the government has obviously thought about it. I'm not smart enough, okay? But if these retail traders can, bring down the financial markets, not the whole market, they bought down, a couple of companies, whatever, but that could cause systemic issues. And they're small time. Think about Russia, China, North Korea, Iran. They not feeling us right now, right? Terrorist organizations, they can exploit this system in the same way. That's dangerous. So that's why I'm not picking a side here, because I can see, I'm trying to see it all like, because if these guys can do it, come on, think about the guys with all the money and the power who can actually get in here and do the same thing. That's dangerous. This is an inefficiency in the market. And so what Wall Street tries to do is to try to fix that inefficiency. So the question is, how are they going to fix this inefficiency this time? They're going to put in more regulations. They're going to raise margin requirements and things like that to try to stop it before. They're going to try to do some things before the regulators get in, but the regulators is already in. Okay. Regulators are, I said, they're already trying to find these people. If they start fucking arresting Chamath and all these guys, that will be crazy to me. But Chamath, he was smooth though, right? You see how he did? He was like, oh, I'm donating half of the money that I made off of this situation. Who write these scripts? Smart move, my man. I would have did the same thing. Like, yeah, I'm donating like this money for a good cause. If y'all try to lock me up over this, you locking me up over, doing a Nino Brown. I'm Nino Brown in it, I'm selling dope in your community and I'm passing out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All right, so that's what I got on that. But Ray Dalio talked about the Bitcoin situation. And he was basically saying that, with interest rates and stuff being so low, they're looking for alternative ways to invest money, and that he would consider Bitcoin on certain, circumstances. It's something that you're looking into. But when he painted out the cases, the same thing that I told my man running this cryptocurrency group and all that is that, make money while you can. But understand the long game is that the government always will take, they will always, take power and have power. They're never going to be overthrown by some kind of currency because government has power to ban people from using it. They don't have to regulate it. They can just ban you from using it, right? But Bitcoin is supposed to be like the people's money. It's decentralized money. Is, you don't have regulators doing this, that, and third, right? So that is totally anti-government. But the governments haven't put the clamp down on it. And this is my hypothesis because the government, again, they're destroying the dollar as we speak. If I show you a chart of the dollar, it's just ridiculous. It's losing so much value. Inflation is going crazy. Your cost of living is going up. They're going to destroy the dollar. And as I travel, I go to all these restaurants when I'm traveling. They still got the coin shortage of signs up. The evidence is all around you. So I just encourage you to look around you. Coin shortage of signs. They are going to go to a digital currency. China is already moving into this space, and it gives them ultimate control over everything that you do when it goes digital. This is, this is why I buy silver and gold. And I'm not an advocate of Bitcoin, but I'm not going to bash Bitcoin. It's just I like my privacy in that way. Digital, you have complete control. Okay. And so even you have Coinbase is getting ready to go public, right? So if you have your Bitcoin, your cryptocurrencies on this exchange, Coinbase, well, Coinbase is going public. They're coming to the stock market to raise money. So when they come to the stock market, guess who they have to bow to? The SEC, the regulators. So if they say, hey, we don't like what's the Ripple, or we don't like whatever these currency that you got, Coinbase gonna have to lay down. They're gonna have to fold. I mean, that's what it is. And to me, it is a Trojan horse to get people comfortable with digital payments, digital transactions before the feds roll off their digital currency and ban Bitcoin or whatever other competitor is out there. And they're probably trying to make something better than Bitcoin, to be honest. It's digital. Anything on a computer, like I said, my app, our website, Wallstreet Jackboyz, is on the internet. Anybody can get my coding and write a app just like I have at Wallstreet Jackboyz. It's on a computer, okay? But my gold, my physical silver, you can't do that, B. So that's why I advocate for that. And I say, for me, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, get your money or the speculation while it's, in now, because the regulators, they're going to come, Point blank period. China already banned Bitcoin one time. Even Topaz was telling me about it. She was at a trading expo, and some Asians. She was trying to figure out why all these Asians out here. She's talking about how they won't let them get this, Bitcoin stuff over there, and they coming over here and getting it, right? When the regulators move, that's what they're gonna do. So just be aware of that as a risk. And Ray Dalio, he's talking about it here in this article here. And for him, I mean, those are reasons why it just ain't gonna work. You feel me? But anyway, check that out, you guys. There. Also, Tasty Works, all these guys, they've been, everybody's pouncing on this situation, but Tasty Works trying to get people to use the platform. The platform is beautiful. If you're an options trader, you're looking for a beautiful platform to trade on that will actually help educate you. Also, we were one of the first groups that actually was promoting Tasty Works before they launched it, because, Tom, he's the guy who made Thinkorswim, the one that we're using with TD, and he sold it off, and he made this other platform, Tasty Works, which is dope, Aspire for options, right? It is fire. But this guy, Tony Batista is with his partners, and he actually followed us. And I had to post this in here because, these guys, if you've been in the community for a while, you know who these guys are. So anyway, they followed Wallstreet Jackboyz. We have a small following. I don't even know how many people we have on Twitter because I don't really use it that much. I really don't use Instagram that much. We're trying to curate some material to put on Facebook, and then I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do with YouTube. But definitely, if you guys are here tonight, man, make sure you follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and share our posts so that the algorithms can, push up my posts. I post great content. Like you see now, we're going to chop some of this stuff up, put it out there to try to get it to the people in small bites, okay? Not the long section. But, when you guys like it, the algorithms is running this world, okay? Algorithms don't know anything about good or bad. They just know about activity. So you got to hit thumbs up, thumbs down. It don't matter. All right. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, share. That registers activity. And once it sees enough activity, the algorithm is like, oh, something's moving over here. They don't know what's going on, but they see it's moving. Then they take it and they start putting it in people's timelines. So therefore you see it. We're posting, content all through the week. And a lot of you guys are not even seeing it. Right. You're not even seeing it. So definitely check that out. Wallstreet Jackboyz. On YouTube, Instagram, all your social media platforms. And if you haven't registered to Wall Street Jackboyz, make sure you do so. It's free. Just go in here. You can actually register through your social media account. So it's a very easy process to register, get an account. All right. So I know we kind of went over time. If you guys I'll take 3 stocks to run analysis on real quick. If you guys got 3, because we're at time right now, we got to bring it to a close. And we always end it by, get some input from you guys on what y'all are looking at. Anybody got anything that you want to take a look at? Or if you guys don't, then we'll catch up in the chat room. Listen, I want to give a shout out to all you guys for actually hopping up in the chat room this week. The chat room, again, most platforms, they charge you $200-300 a month just to get a chat room like we have in here. In the chat room, I like to have it in my small screen here, but you can actually hit this tab and you can, maximize the chat room, blah, 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 and have the chats like this. Okay, cool. So the chat room itself is free, live 24/7. If I'm not in there, somebody's probably in there. And hopefully, you guys get it popping, right? So make sure that you're involved in the chat room. Topaz and Mia came through with the fire. So the ladies are turning up. I know when the girls show up, man, I don't know, but they were turned all the way up. So bring your girls, bring your wives, your friends, your sisters, whoever, because I don't know, the women, they're on it. And fellas, we got to catch up, all right? Because they turning all the way up in the chat, all right? So with that being said, man, Keith, I'll run your analysis in the chat here because I'm going to go ahead and bring it to a close. But we'll carry over in the chat room. We'll run some plays for you guys there. But I want to thank you guys tonight, and we'll catch up in the markets this week. So you guys stay tuned. Peace.